Yeah, no, I got a message that said your audio has been canceled, and so that's
so
why I
weird.
kept saying, "Can you hear me?" Hi, TikTok, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast will be starting in a second, which means you'll hear me say that again once Jake joins me over on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube.
Hey, what's up, YouTube?
All fans in Nathan Timmel's fan club can now create a unique heart me together that represents the community.
Oh,
I don't think
dude.
I have a fan club.
There we go.
We're letting more viewers know you're live. All right. Are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. Here we go.
All right. There you are. I'm inviting you.
Oh, okay. I am accepting.
All right.
Good to go.
Hello. We are live everywhere. Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City, wearing a muscle tank from Aruba. With me, as always, is Jake Vevera, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
Going.
All is well here. Jake, I saw the grossest thing I have seen in a while this morning. Not the grossest thing I have ever seen, but something. I left my house. I was backing out. I was driving out of my driveway, and I took a glance to the side and saw the big compost bin we have. And overnight, it just exploded with maggots. There were more maggots than I've ever seen.
Good, man. Just
crawling all over it. It's like, this is what we get for trying to do good by nature and not just throwing shit in the garbage. But I'd rather have them outside than in our house. But yeah, I opened my day, so I went and got some Dawn or Palmolive and washed them out into the sun so they can.
I mean, you try to do the right thing, the hippie stuff. That just feels good. I like the idea of it. Let's eat granola bars and save the planet, and then your fucking place is covered with bugs, and you got to dump chemical sludge on it. It's just
yes.
It's the way it is, man. You know,
it is the way it is. All right. Let's jump right in with some news. I want to start with, I sent Jake, everyone. I sent him a bunch of news links. And one, I said, hey, this is the best clickbait headline I have ever seen. And like an hour later, I saw a better clickbait headline. So here's the first clickbait headline that I fell in love with. Powerball jackpot winner arrested for fourth time since winning $167 million prize last year.
There we go.
You got to click that. You cannot see a $167 million Powerball winner arrested for fourth time and not click on it. That is good clickbait headlines. Now, unfortunately, the guy, James Farthing, age 51, was arrested for domestic violence. He's a douchebag. Domestic violence, battery, resisting an officer. He pled guilty to all those charges.
See, you'd think with that kind of money, he could pay like a butler to hit his wife or something. You know what I mean? Like, why are you still doing this manually? You're still doing this analog with all that money? Hundreds of millions of dollars. Hire yourself what the French call a wife beater, something like that, you know?
You made me laugh, and my midsection just locked up. Like my muscles are sore, and one laugh just triggered. Like if I had abs, they would have reacted instead of the fat I have. But everything, like, that's great. I don't understand how he's not getting arrested for like Charlie Sheen high end prostitutes. That's what I want to know. Like he's not a high end guy. He's got like tattoos everywhere.
No,
but. He should be.
Many people that win the lottery are not. Believe it or not, people don't usually buy lottery tickets on their way from the yacht to the private jet. They don't just see like, hey, there's a bodega. Let me hang on before you start the jet up, Frank. Let me go. The Powerball's up to 127 million.
Let me go drop the Hyundai and buy a bunch of Powerball tickets. You are right. It is a poor man's exercise, But I mean, still, you'd think he would like, even poor men like high-end call girls. Then again, maybe he has a fetish for the. But no, it's none of that. It's none of what you said. I like that though. Hiring a butler to for him. But yeah, he's a piece of shit. But it's a great headline. Powerball, 167 million arrested for fourth time. You'd think he could. Okay, he's so rich. He's obviously getting drunk or doing drugs and being out in public. He could, with the mansion he buys, put a bar on his own property. Like he could buy an estate, buy several acres, and then put up like most mansions have guest houses or pool houses. he could buy a bar and then just say, hey, you come here, and if you're on my property, whatever belligerence I do, you're on my property. So if I get drunk and start throwing fists, it's all good, because whatever happens, it's on his property. By being here, you are automatically waiving rights to like sign a waiver or something like that. That's what he should be doing, because he obviously has addiction problems. So just instead of going out into public, make everyone come to you. It's your place. Yeah. I hope he lives in Florida, because he could have a stand your ground law.
Possibly.
Kentucky.
I don't know. I don't know that waivers make it legal to beat your wife. I don't think you could be
just saying in general,
with a black eye, and then the other guy's defense lawyer go, yeah, but she signed here though, huh? Jury, she signed the thing. So what?
Ken has a point. If you need something done right, you got to do it yourself. I mean, the butler, his heart isn't in it, you know.
Yeah, it's you hired him on DoorDash or whatever, and he's got no fighting spirit, you know. He's just trying to jab and run away and stick and move and win on points. That ain't what the hell I'm hiring this butler to do.
The best thing. So Ultra's bringing up Tony Romo when it comes to addiction. The best thing I saw was Tony Romo unable to finish another drive. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I still haven't seen the body cam footage. I heard it was pretty good though.
I haven't seen the body cam footage either, but I did love. Did you see that Romo said he was going to visit his grandparents? That's what he told the cop. He's like, I'm back in Wisconsin visiting my grandparents. Turns out they're all dead. So, I mean, and you don't get out of drinking and driving with grandparents. I said this on the news article when I saw it. It's like, no, dead grandparents is how you get out of a college exam. My grandpa died, so you get out of a college exam, not drunk driving.
At least up it to my parent died. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to work, but like you might get lucky enough to get a cop who was like, oh, really? I had a parent that just died. Let's go drink and drive together. Fuck it. You know, like you might get lucky and that might happen, but that's probably not going to be the case.
Well, I love how CBS suspended him immediately. And it's like, dude, apparently he didn't resist. He just he said, oh no, I haven't been, he got arrested. You know, it's of all the scandals in the NFL, Romo getting a drunk driving ticket, they say, I don't know how long the suspension will last. They actually already announced that, who's the guy from the Carolina Panthers? That he's replacing Romo for the time being. It's like the season hasn't started.
Yeah, right.
He could. This should all be cleared up by the time the season starts. Even Wisconsin is saying it's like $150 fine or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, look, if we can have a president,
I can't hear you, buddy.
If we can have a president who's a pedophile, we can have a football commentator.
Go do something else, my love. I will talk to you later, my son.
A drinker and driver or whatever.
I didn't hear anything you said. My son was in here. I apologize.
Your kid was there. I was babbling about pedophiles in the White House. It's all good.
All right. The second beautiful headline. So that was the first one. I'm like, Powerball jackpot winner arrested for fourth time since winning $167 million prize. I'm like, that's it. That's a clickbait, because you got to what's going on here. But then the one that tops that, one that is better than that, Lena Zahara Mohammed wrote for BBC News, I refuse to feel ashamed of my genital herpes diagnosis.
Good for her.
How do you not click that? That was the headline, and that is I refuse to feel ashamed of my genital herpes diagnosis. In her early 20s, Miles Edwards rarely left the house without a pair of sunglasses. Not because it was sunny, but because she was ashamed. I just didn't want people to see me, the 29-year-old said. So you're hiding behind sunglasses, but I like how they changed names. Did she get married or something? The yoga teacher and digital content creator. See, here's the thing. It's a boring story. It's a great headline. It's a boring fucking story. The yoga teacher and digital.
I've seen these stories before. It's just kind of people trying to, take away the stigma or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, here's the line I wanted to read. The yoga teacher and digital content creator, that's a job, believes she caught it through having unprotected sex with someone who knew he had genital herpes but didn't tell her. I never, when I was single, I never slept with anyone I was not in a long-term relationship with without a condom. I never had one stand. Who are these people? Like condom, condom, condom. Like I never wanted two things.
Oh, you sound boring. I'm a gambling addict. I like to fucking roll them dice, man.
I never wanted.
She sounds like a fun hang.
I never wanted accidental pregnancy. I never wanted to have to write an article that said, "Oh, now I have herpes." I feel bad for her, but it's like that sentence right there.
That's because you don't have the brave fighting spirit of this woman. She wears those blisters like a non-vet wears a Purple Heart with fucking pride and honor. She served her community. You know what I mean? She served her nation by giving us a good time. God bless her.
Well, she gave one person a good time.
That was probably more. Let's be honest. She seems like a fun hang.
Most people can't see your genital herpes unless you have a super tight camel toe. See, that's a good. You have the lip herpes, and sister got a blister. Sister got a blister. That's a good name for a band. What are you doing tonight? I'm going to see Sister Got a Blister. Oral herpes transfer. See that? It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's just I never have protected sex, but I take in gynecology. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was me, but even from an early age, I knew that if any woman was sleeping with me, I'm not special. There is nothing special about me. Look at this tan line. Who wants to see that? No woman wants to. So it's like, okay, if she's sleeping with me, God knows what she's done. I'm wrapping it up. So that's how I felt. I'm
on this lady's side. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got a condom, sometimes you don't. You know what I mean? She's drunk, she's high.
I always had one. Always. And if you don't, you say no. Not everyone's an alcoholic like you, though.
What are you, Nancy Reagan? You just, you rub the little rabbit's foot, you enter, you do your thing, and you hope for the best.
Perfect band name for Abby to fuss over. Was that the one that quit or got fired or got into it with Mark Harmon and then, touted her big comeback show and that bombed and nobody ever heard from her again? I never watched the show, but... Well, is there anything else in the article? I want to go back to that. She believes what were her other options? It was either the unprotected sex I had or the toilet seat or what she believes. Were there other options?
Yeah, there was other dudes she had unprotected sex with. How are you not following this story?
No. She believes she caught it through having unprotected sex with someone who knew. But you did. Why? What's I think the beliefs. I believe I got it through unprotected sex, as opposed to what? But
I think she's saying she believes that he knew he had it. That's the way I'm reading that. Yeah.
With someone who knew he had, could be, but didn't tell her. Instead of an accidental,
because
he didn't know he had it.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, that's how you get herpes. You know what I mean? So I believe I got poison ivy by touching a fucking green plant in the woods. I mean, it's just it's what it is. So no, I mean, but whether or not he knew he had herpes, that's I think what would be in question.
Well, here's another quote. She described feeling detached from herself and not trusting her own judgment anymore. Well, yeah, one big fuck up like that, I thought this was a good idea and it's changed my life forever. Yeah, maybe you can. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, how genital herpes is passed on. Seems a bit wordy. Spread would be how genital herpes is spread. I'm correcting the article as it's written. You can get it from skin-to-skin contact, including vaginal, anal, and oral sex. Contact where there are no visible sores or blisters. A cold sore through touching the genitals, the oral. Infection carried on the fingers from... infection carried on fingers from someone else. Sharing sex toys. You cannot get it from towels, swimming pools, saunas, and toilet seats. So, yeah.
Yeah, see, I used to be a sex toy caddy. When I right out of high school, you know what I mean? I would go to the orgies. I would carry around the sex towel bag. Sometimes people would tip you. Sometimes they would blow you. You know what I mean? And that would be your tip. And it was, you're not gonna get rich doing it, but it's better than working at Wendy's, man. I'll tell you that right now.
I was never a sex toy caddy. I was more like a sex toy bathroom attendant at the orgies. I just sort of stood to one side with the display, and as they would come up, I would take a Clorox wipe and wipe it down and present it to them. They had to come to me. I stood there with a towel and just, waited for them to approach. So
I was like an orgy sex toy Simon Cowell. I would just sit in the corner wearing a black T-shirt and nothing else. And I would just shit talk their performances and tell them it's the worst sex I'd ever seen.
It's a no from me.
You couldn't make me come from hours of this, and you're not going to make her do it either.
All right. Next story. I did I post this? No, I don't think so. I think this is a week out. I sent this to you, but I have actually also recorded one of my daily videos about this that'll come out after we. Men only gyms seek to protect Christian men from lust.
Now that's where you get herpes right there. The men's only Christian gym. That's where I got mine, by God.
This dude, Jeff Hambrick,
values my ass. Now I got herpes.
This dude, Jeff Hambrick, he's an addict. He says that he was addicted to adult websites. I don't want to say the P word. He was addicted to alcohol and pills. And he said that when women are at a gym with men, men lust after them, have affairs with them, and destroy their marriages. That's called projection. You did that. You did that. I go to a gym with women all the time. And when I see an attractive one, do you know what I do? I go, wow, she's hot. And then I keep working out. That's it. I don't do anything else. That's where it ends. I go, well, she's attractive. There's nothing more. You can acknowledge like, wow, I find her desirable without doing anything about it. You can just go on with your day. I do it all the fucking time. So I love the idea that because he can't keep in his pants or because he has to approach it. But I love how I talking about, I think it's the YMCA was trademarked, so he had to call it, dudes for dudes. But yeah, I love how his personal failings, he's just looking for other failures to come to his homoerotic gym.
Yeah, well, I'm actually, just like the last article, I'm on this guy's side, not yours, because if you actually read the last article, she got herpes from a Christian dude with Bible quotes tattooed all over himself at the gym. That's, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence these two articles came out around the same time.
That's true. There was something else. Let me click back on.
God gave Mary a fetus that was the son of God. God only gave the last lady herpes from the guy from this article. So, like, it's like lottery tickets at best with this fucking God.
Jake, a question for you.
Yeah.
I find it fascinating. Do you find it fascinating that addicts, when they don't, it doesn't seem to me like they realize they're just swapping addictions when they swap alcoholism or pills for Jesus, when they go all in and say, like they like, oh, Jesus saved me. I'm using the power of Jesus to stop cheating on my wife instead of just like getting therapy or not cheating on your wife. I fail to it amazes me that they just literally go all in because they don't ever seem to go like casually into religion. They just swap one addiction for the next. And I find that fascinating because they don't see it as an addiction to religion.
Yeah, and for one thing, I agree with you, but I will play devil's advocate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Being way into Jesus, probably better than blowing dudes under a bridge for fentanyl. You know what I mean? So like if that's what we got to pick here, I know those guys drive me nuts too. Let me tell you how I found God. Like, oh, you're 64. You didn't find him till you were. Where was he? Was he under the couch? Was he under the couch? Did you not find him because you were busy drinking and neglecting your family there, Frank? And now you're preaching to me about what the fuck I should do with my life. Why don't you find a time machine and unbeat your kid? I don't know. Like oh, Jesus forgave me for my sins. What about your son, Frank? Call your son. He's the one who you neglected and left when he was 9 after beating the shit out of him and throwing a rocks glass at his mom. Real big of Jesus to forgive you for all that, huh?
No, I don't disagree with you.
Basically, the later someone finds Jesus in life, the bigger pieces of shit they are, for the most part.
Yes.
You know what I mean? See, the thing is I still think Jesus is ridiculous. I think all religion is ridiculous. And I'm already in my 40s. So here's the thing. I can't fight him now. Otherwise, I know what that means, mathematically speaking. You know what I mean? I'd rather just play the long game. You know what I mean? Play the odds and hope that like this all is nonsense, which I think it is. Otherwise, I have to live with being one of those douchebags who found God, in his 40s or higher, and then just annoys the fuck out of everybody in their life.
I mean, maybe it's... Not maybe. I'm sure that it is so reactionary and personal for me. It's because that's my dad's story. My dad was just sort of either casually like anti-religious or just sort of like yeah, I don't give a shit about that. And then when my mom divorced him, it became, my wife doesn't love me, Jesus will. And he joined fucking like men's Christians groups and got into all the shit like blue-haired land whale feminists hate. That's what he got into. It's like, well, the patriarchy is important because according to the Bible, the male head of the household is like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Dad. So he went from someone I knew to someone I didn't recognize. And to this day, when it's time for us to sort of gather, I will send a 4-person email. It'll be me, my wife, him, and his girlfriend. He's been dating her since before I met my wife, and she and I have been together 20 years. And then he will respond only to me because he will say, well, the men should discuss what we're going to do as a family. And I'm like, no, Dad, fuck that. The men aren't going to. I'm getting everybody involved because Lydia has a calendar. Your girlfriend has a calendar. I have a calendar. Let's get everybody on the same page. I'm not trying to be like, oh, bleeding heart liberal, let's bring the women in. Is like, no, it's a matter of,
I'm going to have to come back and we're going to have to change all this because I'm going to check it with my wife and she's going to have shit to do. It's not going to.
Exactly. Everybody has something to do. Let's just treat people like people and we're all busy. And then he'll reply. It's like, yeah. So anytime I see this bullshit, I will admit to being triggered because.
See, again, and no matter how dumb I think it is, the grass is always greener. See, when my mom walked out on me and my dad and brothers, my dad, instead of going and finding Jesus, like a sellout, admittedly, he found a hardcore gambling addiction. So you know what I mean? Like that has its downsides too. You had to listen to, Proverbs 1897 said that when thou shalt out the thou, when thou came to thouest upon the blobbity bobbity. My dad had to go, hey, I got to get to the casino because actually they just put in these new slot machines I think are extra lucky. And so I think as long as don't sneeze before I drop you up at school. That's bad luck. And now I'm going to fucking lose money. I'm going to the casino anyway. You know what I mean? But like, I seriously, no sneezing on the way to school because that's not how the gods make money for me.
True. We all have our histories but I guess shut up about your savior. That's it. Everybody live your own life and leave it as is. But
no, I hear
no
you,
one
man.
seems to be able to.
But it's always the people who find it later in life.
Yeah.
Who can't, like the people who were born going to church every day and they just kept doing it. And they tend to be like, hey, whatever, man. Yeah, that's my thing. But if it's not your thing, like whatever, because they think it's kind of pointless. They've probably realized at some point throughout their life, proselytizing to some godless heathen dickhead like myself is just a waste of both of our times. And like, why do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas the dude who found it later in life, he's trying to make up for lost points. You know what I mean? Like he knows he's fucked around and done enough of that shit. They said not doing that book, not once or twice in college, but for decades. So now he's got to get back. No, I got to go. Jesus, let me spread the good word. Let me spread the good word so that hopefully I make it into the gate, And I don't know. I think they're just trying to make up for lost time.
True, but if something happens to me and I got to latch on, I'm going in like the serial killer that does it on the deathbed. Like I will wait till who's that asshole Scott Adams that did Dilbert? He said that right as he was dying of whatever the fuck he was dying of, cancer, that he was going to do some Jesus shit right there at the end because he's like, well, I'm dying, so I'll just hedge my bets. That's how I'll do it.
See, I think that's sellout shit, dude. Again, I'm not doing it because look, who I feel bad for? It's like, look, if I'm wrong about this, I think we're basically just monkeys that got real smart, figured out how to make things work.
I don't know about smart, but I agree with the monkeys part.
Yeah, but we're smarter than most other monkeys. You know what I mean? We throw slightly less of our shit at each other, and it's what it is. But so I think that's basically all it is. I think that when you die, it's like before you were born, you just fucking go to sleep and nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm not all like, I know I'm talking shit about religious people, but I don't view what I'm saying as some intellectual position either, where I kind of used to be a fucking douche like that.
Yeah,
you know
I don't view it as absolute truth. Like, you must follow me.
Right. Like anybody going, like it's real easy to point out how horseshit the Noah's Ark story is. But then when they come back at you with the bigger questions like, hey, what happens when you die? Me shrugging on, I don't know, probably nothing. Let's have another drink and fucking have a good time. Like, that's not what
happened before the Big Bang. Fuck, I don't know.
It probably people was thinking about fucking. I don't know. Like, I don't know. So I know that like my whole nothing happens when you die pry is not going to get people to quit driving drunk and beating their kids because they're alcoholics, or sucking dick for fentanyl under bridges because they're heroin addicts. I know it's not going to do it. You know what I mean? There's no atheist digging wells in Africa going, drink this, child. Nothing happens when you die. Nothing happens. So I don't get on my high horse about this shit morally either. I'm just saying I'm not selling out, because if I'm wrong about this, and there is a heaven, and it is possible to, I'm born again, I found Jesus. You know who I feel bad? You know who I'm upset for at that point? At that point, I'm upset for Sister Agnes. There was a nun in my hometown when I was a kid called Sister Agnes. She died in her 80s. She was a nun her whole life, never took a dick her entire 8 decades on the planet. And now she's got to sit up there with my Aunt Rita, who found Jesus in her 60s, and they got the same tickets at the show. You know what I mean? And now she's complaining, like, God, here's my problem. Here's my problem. I got to sit up here with all these hoes up here in heaven. Even though I was down there 82 years, I didn't take a single dick. This chick is she was on her 4th husband when she died. Her 4th husband, God. And she go, I believe in my 60s. Oh, none of that counts. I could have done that the whole time. I could have taken dick the whole time and found Jesus when I was 81 and then died when I was 82, and I'd still be up here with you. This is ridiculous. I could have, even if I only took 2 dicks a year when I was 82, that would have been 164 dicks, God. I didn't take a single
real math?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. If it is, good on you. I couldn't do math that fast. Even just simple integers of 2. I can't. No.
Look, I wish I had the ability to pick a lotto numbers. X-Men can't choose their superpowers. What I'm saying is this. I think it's bullshit that my Aunt Rita is up there with Sister Agnes, and Sister Agnes should at least have skybox tickets.
What if Sister Agnes wanted gash?
If she wanted gas, she better get some, because
I'm saying instead of dick, then she had to withhold, because that's a sin regardless, because the gay is bad.
Well, technically, anything is bad. Like, straight gay is bad if you're a nun, right? Like, that's the same. And
I'm saying maybe that's why she became a nun, because she wanted, like, I'm attracted to women. I better become a nun.
My point still stands. She turned down the gash even though she was surrounded by gash in the nunnery. You know what I mean? Like, that's tough. That's like a crackhead staying sober in the crack house. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, man. So she's up there. And my Aunt Rita's up there, and it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, you know how in The Exorcist it possessed that little girl, and her head was spinning around, and she looked at the demon or the priest. You know what I mean? It was actually a demon. And she said, "Your mother sucks cocks in hell." I would be more upset if that demon spun its head around and looked at me and went, "Your Aunt Rita sucks cocks in heaven, and she actually likes it up there. They're really nice cocks." You know what I mean? They're angels. They're hung. They're not too big, not too curved, whatever, but not small. And they look into her eyes, tell her that they love her and that she's beautiful. They really listen to her. I think as a demon, I'm thinking about finding Christ, so I can go up there and get some angel cock like your Aunt Rita.
Like that's your Aunt Rita. Fair points. All right. The only reason I gave you this story is just because I just love the juxtaposition of the headline and the, I believe, first sentence. Yes. Okay, so here's the headline. Supergirl is now streaming after its major box office flop. How to watch at home. Again, now streaming after its major box office flop. This thing lost several $100 million. Nobody wanted to see it. It got bad reviews. It was a flop. First sentence, after flying into theaters in late June to a disappointing box office performance, Supergirl is finally making its way to home audiences. Why are you throwing a finally in there? It was just out last month. It was out for 1 month. It bombed. And they're saying like, oh, it's fine. That's like Oppenheimer or The Odyssey, where it's a blockbuster, but Nolan writes into the contract, you cannot put it on home video. You cannot release it to streaming for 100 days. It has to have a 100-day theatrical window. This one had less than 30 days, and they're saying, hey, this movie nobody wanted to see is finally available. It's here. I just love that juxtaposition of admitting it's a flop. Nobody wanted to see it, but it's finally available for everyone that doesn't want to watch it at home. I just love that sentence is all.
Yeah, I mean, you think it's a thing where like the writers are kind of being paid by the studios a little bit to like, hey, let's try to pump up the at home views and try to get people to watch it. Like, I didn't think about this. I skimmed this article to be honest, but like, does it?
Yeah,
really
I only
make
read
it
the
sound
first
good?
sentence. I don't give a shit about the rest of it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm guessing it probably makes it pretty. It at least
No, the
tries to
whole
make it sound
article is
good, right?
fucking. I bet AI wrote this, and then the woman on top, Monica, I bet she just skimmed it to make sure that it was like didn't sound like AI, because it's literally a bunch of bullet points. Like like according to Warner Brothers, the Blu-ray editions will include more than 90 minutes, and it's like the making of Supergirl, flying up the page, space, like just a bunch of shit no one cares about. It's literally an ad for the movie.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is it's an ad for the movie, and I think it's just trying to get people to watch it, man. I think whoever wrote this just kind of basically what I think it is I think they're on the payroll of Big Supergirl, and
scrolling to the bottom, it doesn't have a number, but it does point out Warner Brothers will stream on HBO Max. Like typically there's a 77-day window or 84 days, but it's like this is for Weapons, which was a hit, One Battle After Another, which was an Oscar winner, Wuthering Heights. Like it's got big numbers: 77 days, 84 days, 77 days. This is hitting, after I said like it was released in June and it was available to watch at home in July. Now we're recording in August, but this is like there was no waiting. It was like, oh shit, it bombed. Just put it into homes and see if we can get any money off it.
Yeah. I really think this is just an ad to get people to watch it at home. So
yeah,
kind of, they'll throw little things like that, and now you can finally watch it if you want.
All right, here. This is my favorite story. This is the story we all wanted.
Oh, okay. Before we move on to your favorite story, we forgot something we kind of got sidetracked with the men only gym thing.
Oh, sure.
So did you read the Proverbs thing that they had in there?
Yeah, I did.
Proverbs, it says both
27:17.
Yeah, it said both male only gyms take inspiration from Proverbs 27:17, which says, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Like, dude, come on, man. Like, see, here's why right-wing Christians need more gay friends. Because if they had one gay friend,
thing I've ever heard.
one gay friend, like the gay friend would be like, hey man, like this, I hate to break it to you, but like this men's only gym sounds gay. And they might at first be like, oh, no, fuck you, dude, you're gay. No, I'm not saying it to be like, oh, you're gay, you're a Chiefs fan, that's gay. No, I mean, like, this is literally, like, it's literally sounds gay. It literally sounds like a Grindr ad. Like, this is, it sounds like dudes are going to be, and even, I know the obvious thought is like the dudes making this gym are dudes in the closet or whatever. I doubt they are. I think the dudes actually making it think that this is a serious thing, and I think it's more about like kind of like Mike Pence has a thing where he won't eat lunch with a woman alone. Things like that.
He admitted up front that he like lusted after. Like I said, I see beautiful women all the time. I look at them and go, oh, impressive. I like that. And then I carry on with my day. I don't obsess over that.
So that
he's the guy that was like, oh, she's hot. Oh, she's really hot. Oh, I'm going to go talk to her. Yeah, right. I'm going to cheat on my wife.
Burqa over her because I can't control myself.
Yeah, because I can't control myself. So, yeah, burqa her up.
So the leadership, I think, are straight dudes that are just super conservative Christian guys or whatever. Now, the people signing up for the gym, that's where I think they're going to have a problem. And that's where I think they're if they had the one token gay friend at the right-wing Christian barbecue, he would tell them, like, hey, man, there's going to be a lot of dudes fucking in the steam room. It's what it is. It's a men's only gym. It's you have like a gay placard about one man sharpens another, and it's I know you guys are way into Jesus, the family values thing. Like, that's not who's showing up to the gym, bro.
True. I want to go up to something really quick here. Sophie could get it. Nope, not that one. That one, new writer-director. The director of Supergirl, I can't remember his name, but when I looked it up, when I said, oh, what's his resume? I turned off 2 of his movies before finishing them because they were so bad. And one that I finished all the way through, I don't know why I finished it, because I just sat there the whole time waiting for it to get good, and it didn't. And I was just like, so yeah, the director really fucked up Supergirl. All right, here's my favorite story, and thank God this happened. I mean, maybe, for an atheist, maybe there is a God. I suppose I will. My determination of whether or not there is a God depends on the outcome of what happens here. Afro Man sues deputy who sued him after winning defamation case. Good for Afro Man. Months after winning a defamation lawsuit, Grammy-nominated rapper Afro Man is now suing one of the deputies. I don't know why it's just one, who sued him. They raided his house on a drug and kidnapping warrant. No charges were filed. And then Afro Man used his own security footage to make viral diss track music videos. 7 deputies filed a defamation lawsuit seeking $4 million. He claimed freedom of speech. It was the greatest trial of all time. He was the best witness on the witness stand. And now that he won, he is turning the tables, suing one of the deputies. Again, I don't know why it's only one. He claims the suit was malicious, baseless, and filed just to harass him, which it was. He's seeking damages under 4 claims: malicious prosecution, abusive process, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and torturous interference with contract. I have not heard torturous interference since the movie. Oh, fuck. Michael Mann directed it, with The Insider with Russell Crowe and Al Pacino. Great movie. But yes, good for Afro Man. I hope Afro Man wins. I hope he goes after all the other officers that sued him. This is the lawsuit I want to see.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it seems a bit much until you actually go back and kind of look at the footage and just see that, like, hey, what Afro Man was asking for in the beginning was very reasonable. He just wanted the money back that was stolen, his door repaired, and an apology. That should be automatic. At that point, we raided the wrong guy's house, and we did it by knocking the fucking door down with a battery ram. Let's just fix the guy's door. I mean, come on. We live in a society.
Let's issue an apology.
Fucking brown shirts walking around just fucking with our civilians. I mean, we kind of do with ICE, but we shouldn't. Ideally, we live in a free society. So if the law enforcement fucks up like this, they should at least have to. The city should have to repair what they damaged. I get that, and I'm not one of those just automatic anti-cop things. Everything they do is evil, and if they make a mistake, they should be fucking crucified for it or whatever. I mean, depending on what the mistake is. This is an honest mistake. They raided the wrong guy's place. Just make it right. You know what I mean? Just undo the damage. Just fix the guy's door. Give the $400 back that you stole, and say, my bad. That is fucking easy. That should come automatically.
The fact that they didn't, but it's such a great case because, I mean, to anybody that we talked about it. So this happened. They busted in his door. They stole his money. And when he asked for, just like you said, the basic minimum and didn't get it, he started turning his home video cameras into songs. A couple went viral, and they sued him. And he said on the stand a million times, like, do you feel bad? Do you feel bad you broke into my house? Do you wish you hadn't done this? Do you wish you hadn't broken into my house? Like, they started it. He's finishing it. The fact that they tried to sue him for their actions was absurd. He won. That was beautiful. And now he's flipping it. I hope he wins. I hope he wins. Yeah,
no, me too. It's, again, it could have been avoided by doing the bare minimum of what they should do when they fuck up and raid the wrong guy's house and destroy his property and things like that. And it's like, wasn't it over marijuana too? It's not like they thought there was like like heads
heroin or bags, right? Like kilos of coke. Yeah.
Even if it's heroin or coke, like if we're talking drugs, maybe knock first. You know what I mean? Like, you got a bunch of guns and stuff. Just fucking knock. Like, what are you doing? Like, see if the guy will voluntarily let you search the place. And again, like if you're raiding it with a SWAT team because you think the dude is a serial killer, that's a different thing, And
they said either way, the drug kidnapping. So maybe they went in because they thought someone was locked up.
Oh, that's right. Okay, there was the accusation that they were kidnapped, but it was false. So I mean, again, so I guess they got a little more of leeway in terms of like actually kicking the door in. But you know what?
Maybe.
It shouldn't be the cops either that pay to fix the door. It should be the city, man. Look, if you got guys going and kicking doors in, they're going to make mistakes and you're going to get bad intel. It happens. Just fix the fucking guy's door. The amount of stuff that, our government wastes money on, and you can't fix a guy's door after you kick it in, it's crazy.
Speaking of that, and we're out of time, but a story I didn't send you. But yeah, there was all this bluster like, oh, we're arresting this Olympic canoeist, which is just an odd phrase, for the reflecting pool. And then I don't know if you saw yesterday, it was like, oh yeah, the Justice Department is dropping the charges because they realize they have fucking nothing, that they have nothing. No. So instead of like it was a big show to arrest him and it was bullshit. But instead of continuing this game of we're going to prosecute him, we're going to take him to court, we're going to make him defend himself and all that. Yeah, they fucked with his life. But in the end, they have to say, yeah,
I hope this Olympic canoer or whatever becomes the richest pro canoer in the history of little boats, man. I hope he sues the government. I hope he goes Afro Man. I hope he does. I hope he sues the government and makes a bunch of money.
All right. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find all things me at nathantimmel.com. And I have news. A couple of years ago, I filmed and paid for my own comedy special. I submitted it a few places. I got a rejection from a place that you could tell did not watch it, even though I went in with a recommendation. But a business called Comedy Dynamics has picked up my special. You can find it now on Spotify, which took it down. It's a long story when I submitted it. I'll just tell it really quick. My album was on Spotify, and then someone sent out this like, hey, I just created a group that said comedians should get paid like musicians. Sign up now. And I'm like, yeah, I'll add my name to that. And the instant I did, everybody got taken off Sirius XM, Spotify, Pandora. The instant comedians asked to get paid, we all got blackballed. It was like everything got taken down. So now it's up again. You can find my album Unapologetic through Comedy Dynamics on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Amazon, everywhere you couldn't find it before. But if you search, so I don't know that I'm going to get any money from it, but I didn't do it for money. I did it for the fact that someone
work higher up in entertainment. They think they're the most liberal fucking people on the earth. You know what I mean? Because listen. Let me tell you about our label and our thing. It is a place of inclusivity. Okay, what we do is we like to amplify marginalized voices from a diverse background. Wait, they want a union? Fucking kill them! Fucking kill them! Like, wait, what? I thought you were Mr. Granola hippie blue pants. What's going on here?
Yeah, they're that until money gets involved. But so if you Nathan Timmel Comedy Dynamics, there's all sorts of links. But someone looked at my special and believed in it. You can also find me at nathantimmel.com for my books and hats and shirts and whatever. Jake can be found on all social media at symbol Jake Vevera, Vevera. I would say follow him on TikTok, but he never really seems to post there. But you can see his kids and his wife on Instagram. I post a daily video a day on all my socials. But follow both of us and see our bullshit. And thanks for tuning in. And Jake, are we good next week at this time? Or is next week, are we? No, you're at the end of the month.
Next week's good. Next week's good.
All right. Regular time next week. We got end of the month, everyone. Jake will be in Iowa. And then football season starts in September, so we'll probably bump it earlier so we hit the noon kickoff. All right, thanks, everyone.
I'm going to sell poppers in a Christian men's only gym. Wish me luck.
Poke.